Hello everyone, how are you? Today I'm going to show you 5 short films made in Blender so you can see what this free software is capable of and to spark your creativity. Make sure you watch until the end because there's an extra short film. And feel free to leave any recommendation in the comments. In no particular order, we have Spoon. In a time record of 8 days, director Arthur Chey came out with his first animated short film. He had an impossible deadline and an idea. He wanted to enter to the Nikon Film Festival, so he bought a lot of 3D models to make his story come true. This is what we could call a solid short film. Soundtrack, atmosphere, lighting, story, and pacing on point. Definitely the story and the directing are the things you should pay the most attention to in this animation. The way each shot fits together to take you through the story is amazing. And hey, this might not inspire you to model everything from scratch, but if you can't afford 3D assets, there are tons of free ones under the Creative Commons license. So you can also start and finish your first short film in a time record. And guess what? Spoon actually won in the Best Director category, and it even won at other 50 film festivals. What an inspiring story. Chaya Kada takes a modern and comedic twist on Indian coffee. The creator is a character animator who makes short videos on his free time using Blender, Substance Painter, Marvelous Designer, and DaVinci Resolve. He stylizes movements and brings part of his culture into the world of animation. You can follow his work on YouTube and on Instagram, where he doesn't just post finished animations but some tests, behind the scenes, and his 2D work as well. Hermageddon. Combining both 2D and 3D, Motion Miracles came up with this short so the entire team could work on it together. Although the 2D and 3D animation generates a contrast between these two worlds, when it comes to the techniques, they actually combined 2D and 3D tools. Some backgrounds were painted in Photoshop, but then they added some geometry in Blender and also used the grease pencil. Definitely worth watching, and the beginning of the short gives me these lo-fi animation vibes that I just love. And on the other side of the spectrum, we have a realistic short film, Redemption. In 3 months, Nirmal Thomas came up with this animation using Blender, Mixamo, Embergen, After Effects, and Adobe Premiere. The color grading looks really good, and the way he creates tension using only a few shots and a good sound design is really smart. And last but not least, Dynamo Dream, a short made by Ian Hubert. For this one, he used the Eevee real-time render engine from Blender and a bunch of techniques such as chroma key compositing, motion capture, motion tracking, and photo scan assets. The color schemes and the color grading are superb, and he presents this cyberpunk world in a way we can totally get an idea of the type of people that lives here and the way they live. He created a well-rounded diegesis. He has shared his journey through a lot of tutorials in both his YouTube channel and his Instagram. From the cinematography to the pacing of the shots, if you're not one of the 3.5 million who watched this one already, what are you waiting for? Now, if you can't make animations like this yet, take into account most of these artists are professionals, so don't get discouraged and keep creating. And as promised, a bonus video. I didn't want to add this one to the list next to professional animators, but I also made a short film in Blender. It's a 360-degree VR experience. I didn't model everything myself, and if you want to know how I made this short film, you can check out this video where I talk about the pipeline for this project. Have you already seen any of these short films? Let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!